So, the song I just played is number 140, Bingo, and it is for the Advanced Orchestra. And this is the second video going over the song. And today we're going to learn it arco with the bow. Hopefully, you recognize that melody. It's the there was a farmer who had a dog and Bingo was his name. O-B-I-N-G-O. It's that song. So hopefully you just recognize that. Hopefully you've been practicing it. And we're going to take a look. So this song should look familiar. We already did a video on it. And we know there are two lines. There is open D, we've got C naturals, and we have F sharps. So alert! This page mixes the finger patterns. Watch for low C natural and high F sharp. And I know when I hold it this way, it's weird calling this one high and this one low. But when you hold your instrument the right way, it makes more sense because high, you're closer to, it sounds higher, and low, further away, and it sounds lower. So remember to use the correct notes when playing the song because you should recognize this song. We've all heard this somewhere. And if you're playing C sharps instead of C naturals or F naturals instead of F sharps, it's gonna sound wrong. So the first thing I want to go over are those eighth notes. And remember, eighth notes are the ones with that bar connecting them and it connects the two notes and they're twice as fast. So if we look at that first full measure, we should already know we have G's and D's. And when we play eighth notes with our bow, we have to move twice as fast. So we'd have not. We want to move twice as fast and go. And if we keep going, we got 3 measures of eighth notes. You notice that last note I just played, I made it longer. And you'll see that I'm only using a little bit of my bow for the eighth notes, but quarter notes, you need to keep your bow moving the entire time and you use more of your bow. But now if we look back at the very first note, we see it has a V above it, which means it's an up bow. And that's because this note here, this D, is a pickup note or an upbeat. It's not in a full measure. It's all by itself. It's just one beat when we should have 2 beats. So that actually starts on 2. And remember, to do that, I would count 1, 2, 1, and then we play. Just like when we did it pizzicato, we went 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and same with your bow. You just have to now use your bow. And you want to start closer to the tip because it is an up bow first. If you start here, you can't do an up bow. You don't have any bow. So make sure you start all the way down here. You'd have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. And after that, we have some quarter notes. So I just played this B last. Remember, then you have G, 3 fingers, back to B. And remember, this bracket here is showing you that you should keep your first finger on the B, and then just move the other 2 fingers on the D string. So you can see my top finger, the first finger is on my A string, but my other 2 fingers, 2 and 3, are on D. So that way I can go B, G, B. Instead of having to go B, G, B, you don't need to move that finger. Just keep your first finger planted on the A string. You have B, G, and then back to B and you're normal. So that's what that's there for. And I know it's gonna feel real weird right now, but it will help you once you get used to it. Just like the low 2s that hopefully we're getting used to. So B to G to B without moving that first finger. And then, of course, we know we have C natural. So we have B, G, B, B, C natural, C natural, C natural. So for these 3 measures, that first finger is not moving. It should be planted on that A string. And if you're holding it as long as I am right now, your finger should be starting to hurt because mine is. So we're going to take that off. And now I'm going to play those 3 measures. So starting here, B, G, B, B, C natural, C natural, C natural. This arrow is helping you. It's reminding you that you have a low 2. So we're going to start right here with our bow. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. And again, you'll notice for the 8th notes, my bow is moving twice as fast, and I'm not using as much as I do for the quarter notes. So I'll show you that section again. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. And I know you can't see my fingers, but I did keep my first finger planted the whole time. And then the G, which is these 2 fingers moving, and back there. So now we're going to look at the next line. We've got more B, I, N, G, O, which is what we just played here. B, I, N, G, O. So if yours sounds weird here, make sure your finger's in the right spot for C. But now we're going to play the A's and the B's for our second verse of B, I, N, G, O. 1, 2. B, I, N, G, O. And it's very important to make sure your fingers are always in the right spot, right on the stickers. Because if they're in the wrong spot, it's going to sound wrong. And since we recognize the song, we know the song, you can hear if you're playing the right notes or not. Which is why it's nice playing a song that we already know the melody of. So now we've got another B-I-N-G-O going into, and bingo was his name, O. So we're just going to do these 2 measures. So we've got G, G, pinky power, because we came from G, and we're going back to G. So we've got G, G, pinky power A, G. So those 2 measures are going to sound like this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. Do that a bunch of times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and. Make sure your pinky's in the right spot. So now our next measure, we have F, and because of our key signature, that F sharp, or that sharp sign, we know this is F sharp. They also gave us the up arrow to help remind you that your finger is high. So we're back on our finger tape, which makes us happy. So F sharp, open D, E, F sharp, and then G, G. So those 2 measures, pizzicato, we've got 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then if we play it with the bow, we've got 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And I want you to practice it doing it that way a couple times. And then we got to add in this curve line, which we should remember is called a slur. And that means you change your fingers, but you keep your bow moving the same direction. To play those 2 notes, you would go. Notice that my fingers changed and the note changed, but my bow didn't. It kept going. It's kind of like playing a quarter note. So those 2 measures together with the slur, you'd have 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1, 2. So again. So make sure you're doing that slur, keeping it nice and smooth. Also, good time, check your bow hold. Are you holding your bow correctly? Is your pinky sitting on top nice and round? Is your hand leaning towards the tip? Are your fingers in the right spot? Is your thumb smiling? Always check these things. Make sure you're holding it correctly. But now we are going to play the whole entire song. Try it with me if you can. If not, listen, come back to it. Keep practicing it because this is your flip chord assignment. And it's a fun song. So we're going to start in the beginning. And remember, that starts on beat 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1. And it starts with the quarter note, and we immediately go into those eighth notes. And then just quickly looking through, be careful here. Make sure your finger's in the right spot. Make sure you're playing low C naturals. Next line is normal. Pinky power A. We have F sharp, slur, another F sharp, G's. And then there is a repeat sign. I'm not going to repeat it just for the length of the video, but make sure you repeat when you play at home. So this is all of bingo. Check your hand. Are you holding it the right way? Check your wrist. Make sure no pizzas. You're holding it out nice. And make sure you're starting with an up bow so you're all the way down here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2. And that's how the song goes. That's bingo. Hopefully that sounds familiar. Hopefully this video is helpful. Again, there is another video that I already posted doing it pizzicato, plucking, and going over the notes a little bit more. So make sure you watch that, and then watch this video and learn it with the bow and practice it with me. But now, go practice the song. Go practice bingo. Go get it stuck in your head. If you have little siblings, get it stuck in their head. Have them sing along. And I hope this was helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.